Miyam Kuramjari Dom Yang Virvasi Impact News ni Impact Talk to Manipur Connect with People Yourself Thoramasibu Mijing Tabiriba Miyam Punumak Pohan Maka Taram Nokchari Ngasisu Ngasigi episode da yamna special oiba guest khara aikoina miyam gidamakta puduna lakchari National Abadi International Film Festival kaya da tongan ba categories singda mana kaya Puraktuna lakraba adugumba film mingoina pallabada before I leave you again asigi writer amadi director amadi sigi film asida aikoina actress oina kumgibi adugumbi Manipuri CHANU ani sini akoina pud lakchari basi guessing asemia thindavalaitana saktak chage again akanda film bas naigi CHANUpi ANGOBI CHANU. She is the actor of the Before I Leave You again aduga mathangda fambiri basna khigi YOGESH LOHAN. He is a writer and he is also the director of this film. So welcome to the show, both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Aduga, and then congratulations for all the awards that you guys have received for this film Before I Leave You Again.
Thank you.
So to start the conversation with, I would like to start with Mr. YOGESH LOHAN. YOGESH, you are the writer and you're also director of this film. So I just want to know, what is this film about? Can you please tell us about, a brief about this film?
So yeah, I wrote this film over a period of time. I was going through some personal things also. And at the same time, I was looking around to other people and the new generation that is coming, and they're also growing in a different way, this social media and how we treat our relations with other people. So I was very much interested in the toxicity that we build over and all that, looking into other people's life through this social media and all this stuff. So we want to compare everything. And it, at the end of the day, it becomes so much for us, for the young minds. And we go into some other kind of addictions, or maybe we end up sticking to one person, holding on to something which is not good for us. So I wanted to talk about that. And through over the period of time, I kept developing it. And from a 2-3 pages, which I wrote my personal story or my personal thoughts that I had, it became a 20 pages script that I can work with. So that the writing process was like that. And after, when I thought that, okay, I want to produce it, I want to make it happen, I was talking to a lot of people, and then came into my life Biju Thangjam, who out of nowhere we were talking. He was also in Bombay, I was also in Bombay, so we were talking, discussing about the stuff that is happening in the film industry and all that stuff. So I told him that I'm working on a film I really want to make, and he asked me for the script. I sent it to him, and he loved it. He said, I want to produce it and I want to see. And at the same time, I was also looking for a Manipuri actress to play the part, the lead. That's why I was talking to him. So my whole intention was to get some names from him so that I can, but he was also interested in producing the film as well. So yeah, that's how it happened. And then I met her. Through him, I came to Delhi from Bombay, and I met her. We had some conversations, and we did some look test and all the auditions and all, and it was perfect for me. So once she was on board, everything was going very smoothly after that, and I was lucky enough to have her for the film. And within, I met her after 8 to 10 days, we were rolling. Yeah. And after 10 days, we finished the film, and 15 days, I was done with the post-production and all.
Nice, really nice.
Yeah.
So I also did a little homework about this film, and then after receiving some awards, Dabijo also sent us the news also. So I have some few ideas about the awards that you guys have achieved for this films also. To add up with, I just want to know, how do you, choose your team? Like you tell me that Bijo spearheadedly choose the team also, and are you satisfied with the team that he has chosen? At the same time, why particularly have you, searched for a Manipuri actress to play the role of a protagonist?
Yeah. So basically, when I was writing the script, I wanted to show someone who is from a different background in terms of culture. I wanted the culture to be reflected from Manipur, because I have seen some stuff from Manipuri movies and all those things, and some actors are there who are close friends to me in Bombay. So I wanted to have a different point of view from them also, and I also wanted to show that how the two people from two different states communicate and go together in the life. So that kind of stuff. So I wanted someone from Northeast, specifically Manipuri, if that happens, for the lead protagonist. So for that I talked to Bijo and he gave me the whole team and I was very happy. The professionalism that I got from those people was through the roof in a way. I was working with rejoicing, I was working with Marcy, Angobi and Bijo. So everybody was fantastic. My DOP Arjun Kukreti, again I was very fortunate enough to got him on board. I was talking to him, I have worked with him in other projects. So I was talking to him randomly that I'm doing this film and I'm looking for a DOP. He is like a really big DOP nowadays. Like he had done 2 feature films and a number of web series and all that stuff. So he's very talented and he said, I'll do it for you. So I was grateful enough to have him on board. So luckily everything fell in place perfectly for me and it happened so fast and everything happened so smoothly. And because everybody was so professional, everybody had worked so much in their life. Even she was not very experienced in terms of acting, but what she brings, the authenticity that she came up with, and also the nature that okay, if I don't know much, then I'll let you guide me through that. So that was very nice that if I'm saying something, she was listening to me very eagerly and she had a lot of thoughts and she put in a lot of things that okay, we can do like this or maybe like this. So we had that back and forth for a few weeks and then we came up with the final product which everybody liked. So at the end everybody is happy.
Yeah, everybody is happy and everybody's accepted it. And talking about Rejoice and talking about Mercy, Rejoice spearheadedly worked for prosthetic makeup and makeups, and then Mercy also worked for costume. So are you satisfied with your works? You know, anything your thoughts?
I would say a lot of people watched my film and the most compliments I got in terms of technical department is costume. The costumes were really nice. And in terms of makeup also, I wanted some really rough looks. I didn't want that much of a like that beauty wala thing. So I wanted very natural makeup, and that what Rejoice did was really seamless.
Yeah,
it looked very authentic. The kind of state I wanted to show, the kind of mental trauma I wanted to show through the all the dark circles, maybe all the how the hairs are in the film, and all the clothes again. So everything worked so well. Those guys understood the assignment perfectly and they delivered it.
Really nice to hear that. And then I, at this moment, you know, Angobi, I'm also very proud to call myself as a Manipuri because, you know, Manipuri, you know, peoples work together to make this film a very success. At the same time, the level of the success is measured by the amount of awards that this film has received also in lots of national and international film festival. Congratulations once again, Yogesh. And moving on to Angobi. Angobi, Sigi Films na Angobi ki debut film oigadoine. Hanbada Angobi gi kaidoge have matam the career sidadi akogi modeling gi career chawa makhak lai grabni tongan pageantry competition sing da Angobi, you know, you bring lots of crowns in Manipur have tariko adubu ekang hodana have this assignment se akogi protagonist aduso amakak laku matam sida hai tariko hanbada kadi faugi, and then, like, you know, share your thoughts.
So first time I want to hire but the Bijo na hire boy doing ba. So I was at a casting that day when Bijo called me. I did Delhi da sumaina modeling tawla iban na casting chat basi amna ai gi thabak oye ba. Hire na ai casting chat laga lai ngai da metro tong ga tai ngai da Bijo phone tawri out of nowhere ai kai gi no khangde yam toina phone tong na mission natte. Di to ka Angobi na sumaina taw na role am lai ye. Nang do khoina haina bane ya ga da khol ka na. Kaina da Bijo ngam badro na hire. Kaina na ngam muidro ndore mana. Hire to ga ida role the harga mo khoi protagonist kind of harga mina khanari sa khoi phajara ga tholakpa khoi cham khoel laga, you know, all that soft looks and all. That's what I was expecting when he mentioned the protagonist role and all. But mana hare nangi role se dumaina natte aina adudi kai ne film ja kai no kana na kum de no kana na nam de mai khang da do man ai hai ge nangi role se just khitang ke hai de no normal na pine mai te oina lagi doine adu yamna normal oi ba chamna ke da ba adagi look to kitang adu rough or ga sai man hai ba dumaina atumain tawdun ha ba kanda ai di personally film da dum bam pa me ba ai no mata di film ja kum ge na khan gi ba mi natte ba ko adu na so idu modeling adum pursue tar lai dana adu bu aina if I ever film kum tar ga di ai se mai khalaga sum luan si mix tar lere.
No problem.
Ado hoi ai na film je kum gi na khan tar ga di ai shmain to role saning e realistic oi ba adagi even negative role ba saning ba adagi thriller kitang kumding ba kitang intense ba makeup pa se e ga ta ba ko pam ba do ai if kum ba ga di na khan gi ba ne ba ado mai dab jong har pa kan da e adudi ai ha oi dur na khal la ga isa
Great finally answer.
harau bom phau gi ba do hang ba ai je hoi ai to ba ngam na hot na ga di ta wa shen na ha ga hoi adu mai na ai gi nimit tu mai ta ro ga na hai kre mo nda adi matung after few days that we just scheduled a meeting with him. He came down to Delhi, and it happened.
Out of nowhere,
Out
right?
of nowhere it happened.
And then it went very smoothly. And then bijogdagi aina tava matamda, you know, the entire team has to do intensive workshop for their respective role also. And for your role, like, and not to spoil much for your role, you play the role of someone who is suffering from mental health issues.
Yeah,
in a way, right? Adugi role sa tano hono matam da kung intensive work so to matam sa you are locked inside a room for 5 days without connecting with any other, so that you know your role can be absorbed properly. Adugi films loy mak number loy gro matung da have ko still aduda have the angobina kamaina prepare to gi have this high ko plus adi dukan da amuk kamaina sigi trauma mayam lay base have the character do the absorb to ki bagi magi trauma mayam lay gise kamaina overcome to ri adu matang da high view.
So coming to the character, he explained to me very well. Angobi, you know, don't be too much, but again, don't be very soft. Yam normal oyo, koi cham cham ba mi na lay dun nang se, but internally struggle to ba in a way. Hai tai adum ba mi oi dun ba. Ado ai na hai ba ko. Hai di adum ba shidi everyone is suffering in that way. Hai di in different way. Mi le mak dum hasekan je mental issues dum lay na ba. Khar le mak hai di many ways ta ko. Hai like ta angaw ba ko manat traga su. Kitang manung da nuai che da ba. Adagi kailomba ingon thengna ki ba awa ba kaw ngam da ba or normally sum channa raga lai basi da yachan raga lai begi charak chahing da ba adum phawra wakan mai thong da ta ba do adu khatane mai thong da ta han ga da ba sian adum hai bengon da mana yogesh na aru do ai adum hai also ai gi co actor do rohit se masai ma se acting da phasana train oira ba ne ingon da ya hen na yamne experience lai re ma di acting da particularly aru da na yogesh ka rohit ka mabani punjal laga ai do moi na gorgang da kaure aru do for like 2-3 days I went back and forth from Delhi to Gurgaon. Acting se tam bachat pagi maga script se pamina ga script se hanjan na pare ba ari duga ai han acting am tar question ate the script reading kai se hoi audition to marak ta macha to bukhatane but entire film gi script park pasi dai di pura anu bane ba pura anu bane ri duga script se pa matam da adu na pa ba na ta ba khoi khonthok ama shemaga parak pa kan engon am thin new ne bo oi do pura new ang tahan na tawag triba po at aham ba I was laughing a lot when I read the script first, right? Yeah, no eba ko. Yeah, ado mana control tayo. Nokta bida pas na sor hondo aga ngang ba hay brayengo. Taw brayengo hakan da yogesh akay ba. Rohit na siyang mating pange. Ay ko actor do. Man angobi ay sukangin nga taw rito sumay kan taw ko do harga. Adi after few days like after 2 days of practicing with them I do ay sida layer ni nakhan kre moi da ayum da halaroy I am staying here adu to gai phazana ita wo pa me na maram di acting do again lip sync to bagum manatte ay na dialogue to pulap chin pha puraga dialogue to ingon da absorb ta holang matung da deliver to ka do ne ba adu na dialogue pha ba su thaba ama plus emotion carry to sa thaba ama emotion carry to pa da facial expression je la eba muka adu so mu sembat sakalak ba sai moi da hange how should I keep my eyebrows kind ga bishum je ko mai na tham sige na detailing do adu mai na lai eba ko adagi ai shi film yang pa da am khak ai na su uba do bishum je na kitang henjel laga di man bi heli kana henjel dra kan na pharak ba ko ma yaw do ai na khang moi da hange moi na yam taw nu da ka moi na phatha pe ko shi ai ba so adu mai na intense oi na ai gi we da taw kre aduga shooting ho matam du I was hoi dum pakhat le amaroi na kap pagi sin ga yaw ba the crying scene hoi ma shu dung khang bani ma shu hiding mem lerang bani crying scene do ayam tin wa khi ba haidi ai ngai ta ba saw ha ba di sa khi ba yai but kap po ha ba di ta sheng na am ta torok pa ta ba ne yam wa khi ba adu mai na taw kre ngam na ba dum
yam nungai ji ta za matam da adu wari sham nungai ri yogesh you know we have a really great time to talking to you also. Dagi angobi ga suwari am nungai have tar adu marak tatna I would like to take a small commercial break. Break ki matung da angobi amadi yogesh ka nungai wari watai ga loina impact talk to Manipur hanjar ki ge impact news pu mijing tadar levio.
Ningol Chakoba amasum Diwali na lakpada Majo hab ki maikay dagi offer chow na bizari refrigerator, washing machine, Smart TV amasung smartphone su brand makhal suna thamjari up to 60% discount ta phangige. Glassware dagi horaga rice cooker, air fryer na chim production brand makhal loina suna thamjari. Kaisampat konjeng hajari lekai Thoubal aduga Manipur da tanatana Guwahati da su athagi brand hamdun leisare. Ngasi maglingsin birau Macho Hub.
Admission open Sangai tutorial Kwakathil gi revision course ki class 10 bosem amadi class 12 science course sem gi admission form thaba hauzare lakliba November taraga mari dagi class hauzaragani loinana December 9 dagi second batch ki class 2 hauzare
break ki matungda mayam taram nok chiri angobi amadi yogesh ka wari nungai ba makha ta jage angobi da amugla ki break ki amang da angobi ki experiences ki matang da mayam khak so ko tak pi ge ko angobi makha ta na moina hangjening ba se kari ha ba tare angobi khoi gi tongan ba keno mayam khak so awards mayam khak su phang re ha tare in terms of pageantry lamda khoi gi Manipur se khoi na tongan form sing da sak tak pi rubani hozik su khoi gi Delhi the base store kan da khoi gi careers as a model mo ina yamna fazna successfully dum chang jen bi hai tar adubu khoi gi before I leave you again se lakuma tam sida ka angobi gi sigi han ba debut film sida khoi gi tongan ba khoi gi film kai ha ba tar khoi gi international film festival gum da ga ha ba tar ka special mention award best actress award ka the main tor kan da kushin na bi rakhi ba hai tar sha da kai ka di matang da hai bi
she say aingwanda tasengna yam thina nogre ko mamang da hazik da kanal na habi bado pageant ta da lawrasu mayam ai gi dumaina laikhra su film da aina screen da thoga aina taba character ma saruraga mina du da male ka na habi raga adagi award ko pishalak pase
hoi hoi
ketang ke haito no used to oida bado aingwanda adagi especially mina korok pada aingwanda hanadi I was just model angobi hayaba but after this project na irak paga siya dum actor from Manipuri actor adagi actress kay irak pada wanda I'm still not used to this na haydo ni ba moy dai na adubo anyway nungay ko haydi ay na kana di hona kre film di tahan na hona ba dai kana di hona kre try myam taw kre soy ba siya ni marakta adubo mayam na jury myam na pambi daga appreciate tor ko dumay adum makha ta na cha thaling bagi ke haydo no ma power ba hoy adumay na hajading e
ya nungai ze aina so mang the mention ta hok da ba ha ba tare khoi gi angobi ne hozik phang mi gi award se khoi gi Hill Street International Film Festival da or amale ko hodaki special mention best actress award 2024 gi or amale International Film Festival sidagi ne khoi na angobi ne phang bi gi base ya nungai je taza matam da khoi gi ha ba di angobis na you are the flag bearers for all the Manipur is known for pageantries both for male and female and many young models are coming out in Manipur adu lai bak thibana ke doge have matam da khoi na so in many of the interviews that I have noticed that in Manipur we have very limited amount of scope when it comes to modeling when it comes to pageantry we have limited amounts of scope have tar tongan ba national international gi mafam da chatlu ba taraga su si mafam se york matam da hadi mage scope se kitang fiction bagum adumaina u ba hai tar but angobi say you are the flag bearers have tar ka have you know many things can be explored through modeling have as angobi na ngasi su pili hai tar ka societies and thank you so much for for being the ray of hope ya nungai je makata na I would like to continue with Mr. Yogesh. Mr. Yogesh, you have been working as a filmmaker and you have been working in different commercials since 2017. From previously you were based in Delhi, now you are based in Mumbai also, and then you have worked with different directors also. You have worked in different films as an assistant director, and then you have also done many magnificent work apart from Before I Leave You. So the question is that how do you feel like working in a very new environment in Manipur with teams from Manipur? How do you feel about this?
I think it's very similar, or maybe I said better than what I was used to before, because people here are very professional. First of all, I really like that, and I've worked with a lot of people from Delhi. I was working for 4-5 years in Delhi, and then Bombay. I went to Bombay there, and I worked with a lot of big production houses in commercials and even in feature films. And I started directing myself, and I'm writing here. And right now I'm in Manipur for my feature film again. So all the people that are working in this film are really professional, and everything is happening with the process, keeping the process in mind. Nobody is trying to cheat the process. Okay, we'll do everything. Nobody is taking it casually. Nobody. What happens is always most of the people try to take it things very casually. They don't want to go through that homework before going on that shoot. Don't want to go through that kind of a hard, pinpoint planning. That kind of planning that we need if we want the product to be best in a way. But here people are more serious about things. People are very committed to the things that they want to do. So in terms of production, in terms of direction, people in direction, costume, I was today morning also I was with costume department shopping in some market, local market, and we were very particular. When the curfew lifted. Yes. So we were shopping tomorrow morning and today morning we were shopping, and every color, every minute detail, the kind of work these guys are putting in, the attention to detail they are putting in, it's very like remarkable in a way, and hopefully I'll do some wonders here. Let's see. But yeah, I would say much more professional, much better here in Manipur, definitely. And I can say that to guys, I can go back to Bombay and say that to those guys also that, hey, I went to Bombay, I went to Manipur, and people there are even doing crazier stuff than us. So definitely.
I don't know, maybe because we are used to this environment or something like that. Now, we used to criticize this. There is no professionalism in Manipur. We, especially Meitei people, have no professionalism. Like we used to criticize ourselves for this. But then Yogesh came to the scene, and then he's lifting us all up and correcting our thoughts.
No. It's not that I didn't have any expectations or not. I did have expectations, but what Biju set up with all those people and how he trained everybody, that how to, if we have to execute a feature film on a big scale, that we need that kind of planning, we need that kind of understanding and that kind of communication in all the departments. Because again, we are not making a film just for the local people. We want it to be on a global standard, stand on a global market, in international film festivals, on a, even in terms of OTTs or theatrical release, we want that kind of standard there. We don't want to go in as okay, maybe we are rookie, or maybe we are coming from a small budget or small place, so you can forgive us for these mistakes. No, I want to be judged on the same level as everybody is getting judged. So to do that, we need people like really good people who can pull this off. Yeah, you need an army to make a film, and the army is really good here.
Really nice to hear that. And talking about the armies, talking about your team, off camera, you have mentioned about the costumes. About before I leave you again, and the attention into details about the costumes that you have, the costume artist has put in that film. Can you please elaborate us on screen?
Yeah.
I'm very sure that my audience would love to hear
so basically
also.
Even in people, I showed it to some people, I sent some private links to people, and everybody was complimenting the costume design and how it plays a really big part in the film also, because it's very subtle, at the same time it's very specific, it's very well thought out of what we want to show, what kind of clothes, what is he wearing, why is it torn apart from here. So that kind of stuff, and everybody was complimenting me, even some really good stylists and some good costume designers from Bombay, some of my friends who saw the film and says, okay, who is the costume designer? He really did outdone himself in a way, because I was talking to Marcy also that, everybody is appreciating your work. So even in terms of attention to detail, because most of the film, the characters in the film are not giving much thought to what they are wearing. In a way, because they are in a very different mental space, in a very different trauma, dealing with a lot of stuff. So they are not caring about what I am wearing. So all the clothes are very much casual, and but even in that terms, how we play with colors, and if they are toned apart, not perfectly stitched well, then where it is coming from. Even if you see people with a lot of anxiety, or maybe people who are always pushing their sleeves like this, so it get toned apart from here, all the sweaters and everything. So we have those details, some toned apart from the neck maybe. So all those kind of little details that make it more lively, alive, that some person is wearing it for a long time. It's not something that we brought from the market and the character is sitting and we say, okay, let's roll now. It's not like that. It feels lived in a way. And so everybody was appreciating that.
And it also looks very natural also.
Yes, definitely.
That's the beauty of the film. And talking about your other films, you have been working with, as I mentioned earlier also, you have been working with different directors, and you have been working with working in different films as a writer, as an assistant director. To mention some of your works that you have written. You have written about the film called Parallels. You have written about the film called Notice. You have also written and you have also directed a film called Tiffin. Yeah. And apart from that, you work as an assistant director as a Friday Finance, Once Upon a Drive, stuff like that. All these films are super hit films when it comes to the commercial film industry. All these films are super hit. But I just want to know how is, before I leave you again, different from all these kind of films that you have previously worked, you have previously written. How is it different?
So in terms of like, it was, first of all, as I said earlier, it was very personal to me as well. The film, that story and everything. And at the same time, I was, you know, you are working on a lot of multiple projects, but there is this one favorite baby of yours that you want to make in a certain way. And you also want to have that kind of chance to, you know, produce it the way you want it. So I think in that sense, this was something that the way I wanted it, I was able to execute it, and I got some really fortunate. I was fortunate enough to get some people who were also aligned with what I had in my mind, and they helped me, you know, showcase that. So other films I was making with some friends, maybe I was working as a professional there, and all those stuff. It was not like, okay, this is what I want to make, or I was not hanging on to those projects for a longer time the way I was hanging on to this, because I was in writing for a year, and I kept back, you know, keep going back to this 2-page draft, 3-page draft, and making it 5, making it 10-page draft, then 15, then 20, and you know, getting feedback from people, and all those kind of feedback that was coming. It was also very interesting, because for some people they were like, okay, this is very disturbing. Some people are like, okay, this is very relatable. Some people are saying it's unrealistic, it's illogical. So all those but everybody had some reactions. Nobody was neutral on the topic. So I knew that something is there. So in those terms, and how I able to produce it also in terms of our production value. Also, this was very much satisfied. I was very much satisfied with the final product in a way, which I was not earlier in most of the projects, because I was doing it on a very small scale. I didn't have people like Bizu Thangjam or other people that he brought in. So I was doing like one-man army, and now I have a lot of people who are putting in a team that I can trust, and team who can deliver me what I want.
And grow together also.
Yeah, grow together. We are growing. Everybody is coming back, and we are, you know, uniting again for our future projects.
Nice. We would love to hear about the future project also, but before that, I would like to come back to ANGOBI. ANGOBI nga say mamang da hai gi matam da khoi gi ANGOBI gi intense khoi gi keno mayam sigi characters e laina ba gi damakta characters e isa de job tong na ba gi damakta characters ga sync tong na ba hai tare. One with that character that you are playing right now, mental health issues mayok na riba nupi amakhat sabagi si characters ga khoi link tong na mi tamda khoi na kaini itom da isolate tor ga lei gi bagi matang adagi tongan tong mayam khak haibi gre ha tare ka mon thong mon sala ga itom da le kan da, you know, thought say isana saga chak adugo mayam sagat bai je ANGOBI yamna mi amoi matam di normal di ka shunate hai tare. Normal na tabasu sar bi normal di ka shunate hai tare sigi se ko sigi se khoi na once akoina achieve togre aduga film da su yam phajana su tagre hai tare ko the adugi desired or iba goal dum phangre hai tare adubu reality da ongla ku matam za ANGOBI adugi trauma yam da lever ganda reality da muk lakhi base. How do you hai tare fix yourself to be in reality again? Adugi matam da sai vi
character se hoi hana hai ki bodo intense oi adagi khoi mit ka se chumna yeng bana ta bida khoi gi phai na yeng ra yung na yeng khang da ba yawe aduga sarba character se yam spoiler na ta ba spoiler na ta bida character se khara khatang twisting of a character ne ba khoi gi hekta wakhan noi ta bida layer perhaps na ta ba adum su normal or khoi smaina wai sana ba sin ya ba adubu aina smaina wa mangang pada aina react am torak pada ai gi lainari environment se kari impact pi ha ba se khan bangam dra ba mi ne ba aina toning mangang ba haining ba hidok pa mina koi khali no khang da be taw adum ba makhan character ne ba ado number ho jingai da adum ai rehearsal matam de khalle ba even during rehearsal tawing ai da sai khalle ba ai si se par matung da I need to go back to myself adum khalle ba hai di sa laudra ga di ai do adugi way of thinking do aru dai do tuition gi nam pakhat jabo de shana adu mana kitang engon da khan ho ba lai jai hana do chandringai da ko aru da film je nam tha bagi straight tam moi da lai hai di set hom da lai adu lai ba lai raga aina character je pi gra matung da ai se kai shoot lai atoba kari project lai na hana kang tawe ai gi project se hek si gi shoot hek le ba nong an ba shoot am shoot lai ba so aduda hana go back tawna hotna ba do aido haidi ai project ama lei bursu kawba yadabani aina somda wakhan noi taba saraga mit yu khada leiradi hayeng thabak to kair dina khallaga aduda ai thabak mo important oi haidi sinpham je ama so hana lei chalu bani na ana khallaga aduda mentally fana prepare tawe hana loi tringa ta kum haida namdring aida adumaina itomda prepare to zakre hai tare aduga ai environment mayam do yamna engon da mating pang bire haidi aina ahingna sun namya namana ko haidi makhon gumba tawbase ahingna lemak nambo matam oi ba dum thiengi baso aduda ahing number ko sida ingdam daso bigi ni aga acting da lai ngai da isa se ni aga amu henai se ai malak ta bayaw ba matang aduda ai gi surrounding rejoice hoi mercy hoi na adum ai gi natural self to ai gi original self to bring back talk na ba wari ga sajan na khota na to bodo adumai na am yawe aduna adum dum normal adumai na chakre aka shu yam kanna go through to ba lai laite
collectively so
work to wina khabarina aduga baru aina khoi gi team da akhoi yaw bodo okay basen yaw bodo ariduna hena comforting oi ki bodo egoda haidi aina noi taba or ngasa aina hai ki bodo ismaina pha hawe ismaina khalo ba kan ai haifam mama lai ki bodo ariduna ngon tamne helpful oi ki bodo moi
yam nungai ta je matam da amana ama lift tong ngasa yogesh so ina haije ki bodo growing together have tare ko ama sung miram da koina chala kan da ko gi manipur gi meyam siga have tare ko sigi se koina pulap demina bu so work tomina ba success am ki journey da chamina
khoi nungai ba se akoi masin thengna ba sini ba work maham da aduna shigi project sida aina first hang mane kana kana yaw doi no na ar to moina rejoice yawni mercy yawni ha ko dai do he na to ni mom par aduma na pau ki
ya nungai ta za matam da and so coming back to Mr. Yogesh, you were talking about the future project, that upcoming project that you are working with your army, with your team. Yes. Can you please share a bit about the upcoming project?
Well, I can't say much, but
yeah, a bit.
Yeah. Of course, we are doing it here in Manipur. I'm very happy to be here finally after working with all these guys in Delhi and Bombay. So again, we are going to be shooting. Starting to shoot very soon and it will come out next year probably. So again it's a very the topic is really nice. Well, elaborate more on maybe future interviews when we have much information to share with you. But right now we are currently in the pre-production and we are sitting even today I told you now I went to that costume shopping and all those stuff. So we are getting into the details. So we'll soon start the production and let's see how it goes. I'm very excited about it and I'm really excited about that film to share in Manipur and to show the people of Manipur also. Yeah, and Biju is there as a director also. So again I'm very excited with that. He's also working, me and him are mostly working on the script. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, and I'm very sure that the team is very solid, and I'm very sure that it's going to be a very huge success one. And then we are also praying for the huge success of that project also.
Yes.
And moving on with you, like I just want to know how the mainstream people reacted when they saw actors from Manipur working in the mainstream films, and how did they reacted on this?
I think she gelled very well, like in terms of talent and in terms of what she delivered. It was very up to, like, everybody was impressed first of all, rather than reacting to where she comes from or the ethnicity of it. Everybody was impressed with the work itself and the talent she possessed in that film. So yeah, everybody was very happy and everybody was like, okay, you took a good decision of casting her. Everybody, but it was not me, it was her work that impressed them. So definitely everybody is still looking forward to see more of her on screen. Yeah, so people are waiting.
It's really nice that you also hunted one of a very precious gem from Manipur.
Who taught me everything.
Yeah. All credit goes to you, all of you.
Yeah, good directors, good film.
Yeah. And ANGOBI, we're shining with him, but akogi impact talk to Manipur. Now we have limited time and then we cannot continue with the conversation also. But we had really had a wonderful time with both of you. But before we wind up the show, I would like to highlight some of the great awards that this film has brought. So first of all, akogi Indo France International Film Festival da special jury award ne akoina fangi se amasung akoina Thilsri International Film Festival da nominee best debut short film gi amasung MENA Film Festival da audience choice award the best short film amasung MENA Film Festival da su kedoge have matam sa akoina audience choice award da akoina best director se akogi Yogesh tane akoina firi se congratulations Yogesh once again the Yogesh I would like to Yogesh and ANGOBI Haidaraga I would like to wish a very best of luck for your future endeavors also and I hope to continue the conversation in another episode also.
Thank you,
and
Thank you, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll love it.
Hoi, impact TV ki maki this hen my pakpo you Manipur. I would like to speak this in Manipuri also. Like it literally means impact TV would like to wish for the best of luck in your future projects also.
Thank you.
Masigalona Impact TV na sandok chariba Impact Talk to Manipur thora matang sa loijure matang episode ta ano personality kya galorena ano wari kya pud na miyam gidamak ta Impact Talk to Manipur hanjar kige Impact News po mijing ta adron review.
Shri Shri Gaurachandraya Namaha. Purvashram Dekoi Punamakaloina Bidamba, Ningthim Cha Ongbi, Manmohi.